for Deontay Wilder or Dillian White. Maybe it should be Dillian White. Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up to boxcar.
Or and. I think it probably should be and.
Hi, this is Joe Cortez. You're watching ShowBizz, The Adult.
Oh, this is Bernard Hopkins, ShowBizz, The Adult. I'm out.
Oops. Up off net. Up off net. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, The Adult. It's Friday, baby. Alright, man, look. So, you want to know details about Tyson the Gypsy King Fury versus Anthony AJ Joshua. Is that fight confirmed? Or there are two fights. Is it confirmed? How about Dillian White? How about Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder? How about Pulev? Well, Eddie Hearn, he speaks on all of it. Oops! Alright, man! Oh! Let's get to the reaction. First, I want to say this. Make sure you go by busr.com/ShowBizz. If you want to play some bets. I know combat sports is really rolling back, right? So Top Rank in their boxing came back, just last week, and they just coming back with a vengeance. So boxing is here, and it's here with a vengeance. On top of that, you have Fight Island. Dana White, UFC, they got Fight Island. So there's going to be many fights in July in the upcoming months. So create your accounts for busr.com/ShowBizz and make sure you go by the ShowBizz landing page because you get a 20% off. ShowBizz the coffee. Black, 2 sugars. I know a lot of you wanted to know, hey, look, is this Tyson Gypsy King Fury fight and Anthony AJ Joshua? Their two fights. Tyson Gypsy King Fury said that it was confirmed. Is it? You're hearing different reports, and Eddie Hearn is going to clean that up for you. Black, 2 sugars. Oh, and later today, I will be going live for the members only. Okay, so if you want to be a member, just hit the join button right next to the subscribe button. If you have an iPhone, it probably won't show up, so go to your laptop. But yeah, for all other devices, it's going to show up right there, the join button right next to the subscribe button. When we do our live stream commentary just for the members, we talk about a lot of things, not just boxing. All right, let's get to this reaction. Good.
Eddie, we've seen the news regarding Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury break in the last 24 hours. How exciting is it that Anthony Joshua could potentially become undisputed heavyweight champion as well?
Very exciting. I mean, there's still work to do, and I did make that clear in the initial interview. But the good news is that we have a deal in place in principle in terms of the financial element of the deal. Mostly, in all these major fights, that is the principal problem in getting it.
Awesome. So they've taken care of the big issue, the financial issue. So I can understand why Tyson Gypsy King Fury said it's done. I can definitely understand that. If they took care of the finances, it's pretty much done. Let's see what he has to say.
In getting a deal over the line. So that's been agreed. There are obstacles to overcome, some broadcast issues. Venue, of course, has to be decided as well. And the small matter of a couple of fights in between. And of course...
Wait. Venues. I think this fight has to be in the UK. It has to take place in the UK. I'm not sure what he's going to say. Broadcast issues, stuff like that. Yeah. That has to be taken care of. But I don't really know the ins and outs of the business like this guy does. But like the venue, where the location where the fight's going to take place, it has to be in the UK, right?
Dillian White's mandatory as well, which we have to push forward
Oh!
at WBC. So
Let's go.
still a long way to go, but everyone confident that we're moving towards the biggest fight in boxing in 2021. There's been conversations, between myself and all of Team Fury for a few months now regarding this fight. This week, we both had an agreement where we would move forward with a financial agreement in terms of the split for the first fight and the second fight.
Wow. So they talked about a lot of things, but this week they said, hey, we're going to nail down the financial side with the first fight and the second fight. So, the fight is pretty much made. Okay, as far as the fighters go, it's pretty much made. Now it's just all the other things, the bells and whistles, where is it going to be and everything else. He brought up Dillian White, and he said he's still going to have that mandatory since he's the interim title holder for the WBC. Hopefully he goes a little bit further into that.
And now we have to move forward on the remaining
Nice shirt,
issues,
by the way.
particularly obviously where this fight's going to take place. But both guys have got to focus on Kubrat Pulev for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, or Dillian White, depending on what happens for Tyson Fury. So I think that right now it's to the fight.
For Deontay Wilder or Dillian White. Maybe it should be Dillian White. Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up to boxcars.
Or and. I think it probably should be and. From my understanding, Dillian White, he has that mandatory by February 22nd. February of 2021. I'm sorry. And Anthony, AJ Joshua, and Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, their fights are going to take place somewhere beginning in the summer of 2021, from my understanding. So with that said, I think you can sneak in the Dillian White fight early 2021. Oh, wait, it has to be done by February. I don't want Tyson Fury shouldn't have a 2-month turnaround.
Message.
So what November? Oh, they're cutting it close. If the mandatory of Dillian White has to be done by February 2021, that'd be cutting it close with that Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder fight. Now I understand why he said or. The plot thickens.
Fighters remain calm, focus on the job at hand, and let the work take place behind the scenes to make sure now that we dot the I's and cross the T's to complete everything. Everyone will talk about this fight taking place in the UK because
it has
between
to.
two Brits, and that's, in an ideal world, that's definitely something that we'd look at and we'd look favourably upon. I keep saying to people, it doesn't work like that. We have to go back to report to these people's teams. We have to report the offers that are coming in. It's a fight between two guys. And as I said to Nicky Campbell, you can sit in his studio in your comfy chair.
He's about to make a great point. It would be the biggest. These guys are of the UK. The fight should be for the UK economy. You would think the UK made these guys, and this is the biggest fight in the game right now, and it's by two UK fighters. It should be for the UK people. I think that'd be the best way to approach that. Money-wise, I'm not sure if he feels he can make more money somewhere else. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring up Saudi Arabia since they had that great relationship with that Andy Ruiz and Anthony AJ Joshua fight. But still, if you want to speak on giving back and doing what's quote-unquote right, I would think you would have this fight in the UK. But let's see what he has to say. He said something about comfortable couches.
Between two guys. And as I said to Nicky Campbell, you can sit in his studio in your comfy chair. Just do it here. These guys are going in to have a fight in a 20 by 20 foot ring with 10-ounce gloves on. And it's a dangerous, dangerous sport. So let them make their money. And it's a 2-fight deal. So one will take place probably in alternative venues to the other fight.
Okay, that's half of the argument. He's saying you can sit back and say, hey, have the fight in England, but you're not the guy fighting. It's a dangerous sport, so let them make their money. It's only half of an argument because maybe there's something to those guys. Maybe where they're fighting is important too, not just financially. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, if you speak to Tyson Gypsy King Fury, if you speak to Anthony AJ Joshua, I wonder if money is the only thing that matters. I wonder if they both location matters outside of financial reasons. Maybe they both are like, I want to fight home. I think I want to bring this back to the UK. I want to be king of the UK. So let's have the fight in the UK. I would definitely want to hear the perspective from those fighters. When you say they're putting their lives on the line, they are, and they probably should have a say on this fight, where it should be, since they both are made by the UK. So I think it's half the argument. Finances. I would like to hear from the fighters though what they have to say about it.
If we can do the fight in the UK, fantastic. We know that Saudi Arabia would love to have this fight, and we had a wonderful experience there last time with the Andy Ruiz fight. Tyson Fury's also performed there in the WWE. We've had offers from China, we've had offers from around the world. So this is the biggest fight in boxing. It doesn't get any bigger. So there's not going to be any country that stages major events that won't want this fight, and that's something to be dealt with over the next month.
Okay.
Yeah, again, that's all to be discussed. You know, some of these fighters have exclusive contracts with broadcasters. Some of them have matching rights and all kinds of other obstacles to overcome. When a fight is this big, as we saw with Mayweather against Pacquiao, you know, you'd be surprised how many people can work together to try and get this over the line.
Here's the thing with that. DAZN needs the money, from my understanding. Eddie Hearn has said that they're not going bankrupt, but they need the money. So I could see why he'll be fighting for DAZN to be the broadcaster for this. But for the people, though, for the people and access, there's people that's still not accustomed to having their fights streamed on DAZN, and they would probably want the pay-per-view option. And have it through ESPN pay-per-view. So I think people within their comfort zones, you'll probably get more people purchasing the fight if they know they can just order pay-per-view. There's a lot of people who are big boxing fans that they're just not about that streaming life yet. They don't really get the whole DAZN thing yet. Like, wait, I got to sign up for a membership, and you know what? I just wait to hear about it. But I think if you do it the way that people are accustomed to watching fights, and I know you got to get out of your comfort zone, but I'm not sure this is the fight you gamble that on. Okay, if you want as many people as possible tuning into this fight for the future, because this guy is going to be the king of the heavyweight division. Whoever wins between Tyson Gypsy King Fury and Anthony Joshua is the king. Okay, they're going to be the lineal champion. They're going to hold all the belts. They may be even a franchise title up in there somewhere. So he's going to be the king. I think you need as many eyeballs on there as possible, on that fight as possible. And you may want to keep everybody within their comfort zone and just do a pay-per-view, but we'll see. We'll see.
We've got to keep focused on the fighters. They're the important ones here. We need to provide them with the opportunity of a lifetime to fight for the undisputed championship. So we can't be greedy, and broadcasters can't be greedy and get in the way. They've got to protect their contracts and their investments, and we've got to make sure that we're fair with our partners, and we will be.
Is there any news on who we can expect to see as the A side on the poster?
It's a good point, and I guess that's something down the line there, when we talk about other obstacles to overcome. Fury Joshua, Joshua Fury, one each. I don't know, one's on
right. That's what I'm thinking.
One ring walks first. One's got the home corner,
something like
one's
that.
got the better dressing room. These are all things to be decided. I don't think either guy, when it comes down to it, wants to disrupt a fight because of those reasons. But we'll see. Well, Dillian White's the mandatory for the WBC world title, and we've written to the WBC to confirm that this must happen before the end of February. So certainly if the Fury-Wilder fight didn't take place for any reason, we know Wilder had an operation, Dillian must take that fight. If they do fight in October, November, Dillian is due to fight before the end of February for that title. So, we know we get a lot of heat from Dillian. He texted me last night, That
I'm happy he's talking about this, but that is tough. If Tyson Fury takes on Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder come November, December, but he has to turn right back around and fight by the end of February against Dillian White, who is an issue. He's a problem. He's a threat. I'm not sure if that can happen, man. And with Eddie Hearn working with Dillian White and AJ, I don't think he makes too much of a stink. I don't think he makes too much of a stink. If Tyson Fury beats Dillian White, his priority would be he'll be looking at that AJ fight. If Tyson Fury said, "Hey man, I just can't fight Dillian White next. If you want me to perform well against AJ, okay, make that a big fight. If you want that fight to happen, if you want me to agree to AJ, if I fight Dillian White by February, okay, I'm gonna have to take some long time off." I think Eddie Hearn prioritized, and rightfully so, the undisputed over the mandatory, and undisputed trumps mandatory. So I suspect that the Dillian White fight is going to be pushed to the side, but I think he's about to say the right things here. He has to say the right things here.
And we'll be pushing that mandatory. We know that the biggest fight in boxing is the undisputed heavyweight world championship.
Right.
And of course, people want to see that fight. But this isn't a case of just saying to Dillian, sorry, mate, you've got to wait a little bit longer. We've written to the WBC, so have Dillian's lawyers, and the ruling is that fight must take place before the end of February.
Potentially scupper the potential AJ.
Well, it's heavyweight boxing. It's always dangerous. You'd have to say that Joshua was a bigger favourite to beat Pulev than to beat Wilder again. But they're both expected to win. And Tyson Fury's got a tough job against Deontay Wilder. I will say, this isn't about Tyson Fury. This is about the undisputed championship. If Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury, we're going straight for Deontay Wilder.
Let's go!
For years and years, Joshua wanted to fight Wilder because he had the belt. Now he doesn't have it anymore. So all of our attention is to Tyson Fury. But they've both got to focus on winning.
I like that. Eddie Hearn said he wants to be undisputed. If Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder beat Tyson Fury, let's go Deontay Bronze Bomber Wilder. I love that. I love that. I think that was awesome. It was awesome to say that. I love that. That's integrity, and that's right. That's the right way to think about it. I was thinking Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Anthony AJ Joshua can't happen. It just hasn't happened. So I was thinking if Tyson Fury loses against Deontay Wilder, he'll still have this fight with AJ. That's what I was thinking. But if that's how that shows integrity. As far as Dillian White, I was hearing of a possible Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder for the he defends his interim title against Deontay Wilder if Tyson the Gypsy King Fury beats Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I think that would still be possible because that's a big money fight, and Dillian White wants Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I don't think he'll pass up that fight. So if he doesn't get Tyson Fury, I can see them making some kind of arrangements with the WBC or whatever to have Dillian White versus Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder for the end, because that's a lot of money. And I don't know if Dillian White passes that up, especially if he watches Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder 3 times in a row. Okay, so I think there's still ways to satisfy Dillian White and move forward with the 2-fight deal with Tyson Gypsy King Fury, Anthony AJ Joshua.
We've got to keep pushing Dillian White for a shot at the world title as well. And ultimately, they mustn't look past those individual opponents. And it is dangerous to start announcing fights before another fight.
Right.
Before the Andy Ruiz fight, all people were talking about was AJ against Wilder. Next thing, you lose. So AJ is focused on Kubrat Pulev, and I'm sure Tyson will be focused on Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much my reaction. But what I was saying before was this. Are they looking past their opponents towards each other? No. But what I was saying was, why pass up the opportunity to seal the fight with if you can seal the fight with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and Anthony AJ Joshua now, Why pass that up and say, hey, man, I'm so emotionally focused on Deontay Wilder. I'm so emotionally focused on Kubrat Pulev that I can't even seal that deal. No, you seal that deal. If you guys are, speaking and been speaking for months and you can seal that, the financial side of things, and make those steps forward, you do that. Why pass that up? Because if you do, then you have fans talking about how, hey, there was an opportunity and so. Remember when Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and Anthony H.A. Joshua were in talks? What happened? It fell apart. Somebody was ducking somebody. Nah. Now you can't criticize them every way around. You got to pick a side here. And I think that made sense for them to seal what they can in order to make that happen. And I think those two guys are warriors, and they're going to look towards Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, that for Tyson Fury, and AJ Joshua going to look at Pulev. So let me know how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz, the adult. I'm out. Huh.